Good morning, children. Today let us continue our topic. Today we are going to learn about the irrational numbers. Already we have learned about different kinds of numbers in the previous classes. Today one of those kinds is irrational numbers. As already we have learned about the irrational numbers, I said that root 2, root 3, root 5, like this. These are the examples for irrational. What is the definition for irrational? Means the numbers which cannot be written in the form of p by q are called cannot be written in p by q form are called irrational numbers, and these irrational numbers are denoted by capital S or q dash, and these irrational numbers are denoted either by S or q dash. Now here what is the difference between rationals and irrational? Means the numbers which can be expressed in a p by q are rational. Now let me take one example, 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is a p by q form. Now its a decimal form is, how you will get means 2 by 5 into 2 into 2, 4 by 10, which is nothing but equal to 0.4. Here the decimal is stopping, the division is stopping. Now let me see how this division takes place here. 5 4s are 20. Here when you divide this 2 by 5, you are getting 0 as a remainder. So this type of numbers are called 2 by 5 or rational numbers. Rational numbers. Now let us see few more examples. Another example is 11 by 9. Here we will say whether this is a terminating or non-terminating, recurring or non-recurring. Now you have to divide this 11 by 9. 9 ones are 9. After subtraction you got 2. After putting 0 decimal you got 0 here. So 9 2s are 18. Again 2 balance. So again you take 2 times. Again 8. So this 2 goes on repeating. Your 11 by 9 is nothing but equal to 1.2222 so on, which can be written as 1.21. Here this is nothing but, this is not stopping, division is not stopping. So this is non-terminating and recurring decimal. Recurring means each time the decimal 2 is repeating. So this is non-terminating recurring decimal, and which can be written in the form of p by q. Similarly, let us take one more example, 8 by 7. When you divide this 8 by 7, you will get 1.142857, 142,857, like this. This goes on repeating. That means the division is not ending, it is continuing. So here 8 by 7 is equal to 1.428571, 428571, like that. So here 142,857 are repeating. So this is nothing but equal to bar, and this is non-terminating recurring decimals. These are few examples for non-terminating recurring decimals which can be expressed in p by q form. Now let us see few more examples which are non-terminating and non-recurring. Okay. Now let us see the value of root 2 by the long division method. Okay. Now long division method you have learnt in your 8th standard, children. 2, and it goes in one table 1 times. So 1 ones are 1. After this 2 you have to take one decimal and you have to take number of zeros. Okay, and even number of zeros you take. Here after you have to write 1 into 1 is equal to 1. So 1 into 1 equal to 1 you have to write here. You do subtraction. 2 minus 1 is 1. Now after decimal, here you have a decimal, so even in quotient also keep one decimal. Now bring each time 2 zeros down. This is a square root. So take 2 zeros down. Now here in this divisor you have to double this divisor. 1 plus 1, 2. And how many times it goes? Now 100. If you take you have to introduce one more integer here. Now what integer you have to take? If you take 1 ones are 1. Here you have to multiply this complete new number with this one. Now 21 ones are 21. This is very small. So go for the next digit. 2, 2. Now if you write 2 here, 22 into 2, 44. Again it becomes less. So our next number is 4. Now you have to write same number here. You have to write the same number here and here. Now multiply this complete number by this number. 4 4s are 16 and 4 2s are 8 plus 1, 9. Again do subtraction. You will get 4. Now again bring 2 zeros down. Each time you have to bring 2 digits. Whether it is 2 zeros or whatever the other number may be. Now here 2 you have to write as it is, and the next new number you have to double it, that is 8. Now here 28 you have to write one more integer here, so that same integer you have to write here, same positive number. And if you take 1 ones are, multiply this complete 281 by this 1. So you will get 281 by 81 into 1 is 281. Now if you take 2 here, it becomes more. 2 2s are 4 and 2 8s are 16, but it becomes more than 400. That's why we choose 1. Now do subtraction. 9 and 1, 1. Now again bring 2 zeros down. Okay, bring 2 zeros down. Here 2 and 8 remains as it is, and this becomes double 2. Now you have to write one more number, so that it must be equal to your this. Again 4 times children, 4 4s. Now 4 4 16, 4 2s 8 plus 1, 9. Again 4 8s are 32, 4 2s are 8, 9 10 11. Okay, now again do subtraction. 4 0 6, and again bring 2 zeros down. Again 2 8 2 8. Again you have to introduce one more number, that is, let us take, suppose if you take 1, if you take 1 here, 2 ones are 2, 5 digits, 5 digits. So go for the next digit 2. If you take 2, what you will get? See, 2 2s are 4, 2 8s are 16, 2 2s are 4 plus 1 5, again 56 you will get. So next do subtraction. 6 3 8 3. Again bring 2 zeros. Like this you have to go on do the division, and here the numbers goes on repeat. So your root 2 is equal to 1.4142 so on, like this. Okay, therefore this is non-terminating and non-recurring. Non-terminating and non-recurring decimal. So this is called an irrational. Similarly, your root 3 value is equal to 1.732 so on, like that. Okay, your root 3 is equal to 1.732 like that, and your root 5 is also equal to 2.236 so on, like this. So these numbers are non-terminating, non-recurring decimals. So here these numbers are recognized as irrational numbers. irrational. Pythagoras in Greece were the first to discover the numbers which were not rationals. These numbers are called irrational numbers. Okay, now they have proved the Pythagoreans was the first person, philosophers who discovered that root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, like this, etc., are irrational numbers. Now we are going to learn how these numbers are shown on the number line. That means how these irrational numbers can be represented on number lines. We'll see now. Let us learn how to represent irrational numbers on number line. Let us take how to locate root 2 on number line. Okay, now we are going to see how this root 2 is located on number line. First of all, draw the number line. Okay. So let me take this as 0, minus 1, 1, 2, 3. So here, from here to here, we consider it as 1 unit. Okay, from 0 to 1, we consider it as 1 unit. And here, with the, let us point this 1 as A. Now, the length from here to here we are taking as 1 unit, and with the same length you mark a 90 degrees ray from A. Okay, from A you have to put the protractor and you have to mark a 90 degrees ray, and with this length mark an arc of length OA and mark this as B. Now join O to B, O to B. Now here from here to here what we said, it is 1 unit, and the same length we are taking on this ray. This is also 1 unit. Now the length of OB we have to find. How to find this length of OB means, here the triangle so formed is a right angled triangle, and using your Pythagoras theorem, what you have learnt in your 8th class, this is hypotenuse and this is adjacent side and this is opposite side. Now your OB square is equal to OA square plus AB square. OB square is nothing but OA square plus this square. That means 1 square plus 1 square. 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Here OB square is equal to 2 implies OB is equal to square root of 2. So the length of this is root 2. Now the length of this is O2. Now we have to, this is not the exact point. We have to show this root 2 on this number line. How? Here we have to take the distance from O to B using your compass. Okay. Take your compass and put the metal point over here. Adjust your pencil point to B, and from here just mark, extend this arc. It falls somewhere here. Now this is your 1.5 and this is the point where your root 2 locates. So hence we have shown that root 2 on number line. Root 2 on number line lies between 1 and 2. It lies between 1 and 2. Did you all understand, children? Here this is taken using your Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Now to find the root 3, root 5, etc., we use this method of finding.